Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock and I am coming to you from Southern California. It is a beautiful day here, a little bit of breeze, nothing like what we had over the weekend. Oh my goodness, we had like up to 50-mile-an-hour winds and we wondered if it was going to settle down enough for the trick-or-treaters to go out, but they did in the midst of a breezy evening. I always feel like I'm giving you a weather report, but it's because I'm sitting here looking out my window in the craft room and I just see these trees in front of me with birds flying in and out and the sun is shining, and so I'm just always so aware of what the weather is when I sit here to make a video. So I can kind of see what's going on in the neighborhood. It's just a fun place to sit and craft. Today I'm going to show you some more cards. This is my last video about Meandering Meadows because I thought of a different style. And how I thought of it, well, do you ever do this? Like you'll get some new DSP and then you'll think, what are some other types of cards I've made with other types of designer paper or other packages of designer paper. So I'll show you where I got my inspiration for this card. I went to All About Autumn. And I thought, ooh, I bet you this would be so beautiful. And was I right? Oh my gosh, it just takes my breath away. So I've used two prints, that print and this print. Just a note that I'm even going to be using today is in Go To Greetings. And then this little stitch cutout die is the Stylish Shapes. Okay, aren't these gorgeous? So I'm making these to give away as thank you notes for a friend of mine who had surgery recently. So yes, oh, I love those. Well, so then after I made those, I thought, hey, I wonder if the Meandering Meadows would work with this style. And of course, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So I used the largest Scallop Contour Die. I want to give you a little hint of how to use those. Okay, here they are. All right, so doesn't matter which size you use. If you'll get a piece of wax paper, wad it up, and then just run the wax paper over the dies like this. It just puts a little coat of wax on them. And when you cut it out, I usually just hit it on the side of my cutter or on the side of my cutting machine. And all of the little pieces of cardstock just pop right out. If you don't do wax paper with it, it is much more challenging to get out all the little pieces of paper. Mine just pop out. Literally, I hardly ever have to take something and pop something out. So just keep that in mind when you're using the Scallop Contour dies. Okay, so let me just leave that there. This is the piece of designer paper I'm going to be using today. So let's go ahead and cut that. And I'm going to just put this down. I'm going to cut a piece of DSP that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So, here's my cutter. Let's see. Okay, so I want 3 1/4 inches wide. So we'll do that first. 3 1/4. And I want this full tree, so I'm not going to trim it. Now see, I have pieces like this left that I haven't made cards out of. So far, this is going to be my 52nd card I've made out of one package of designer paper from Meandering Meadows. Okay, so now I want 4 1/2, and I am going to trim off maybe just a tiny bit there. And then I want it down to 4 1/2 because I want a lot of the pretty flowers in there. So that's why I cut off a little tiny piece at the top. Okay, I'll put this away. Okay, now I'm going to be using crumb cake cardstock. I've already scored it, so I'll just go ahead, give it a nice fold, and then I've already cut out my Scallop Contour Die. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my paper, is that? Yeah, okay. Put my paper onto here. It just fits perfectly there. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over because I would like to put dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to show you what I do when I get to the end. Oh, I still have a couple here. I will definitely use them. I didn't see them. Hey, I have 4. But I want to put them here too. So what I do is I just go in and start cutting ever so often. And I would do that all the way around. Okay, so I'm just going to pull off 2 of them. I probably could have made that 2. Okay, then we'll just take this off. So what I did, I'm going to make more of the All About Autumn papers as soon as my order arrives, and it's supposed to come tomorrow. I guess it's going to come on a Saturday. I don't know. That's what Stampin' Up! Says. So I've already pre-cut all of the scallop contours. I've already made the little greeting. Okay, so let me show you how I actually did the Just a Note. Let's see, I hope I can find my, yeah, okay. So some of you still have a Stamparatus from when Stampin' Up! Was selling it, but if you don't have a Stamparatus, maybe you have a Stamp-A-Majig or something, because the problem is sometimes inking something once is not quite enough, and you can re-ink your pad and it's still not quite enough. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to take the Garden Green. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do it at least twice. Okay, that looks pretty good. But I do like the second edition of ink. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this smallest little one here, die, because it fits over Just a Note perfectly. I'm going to take some washi tape. I've used washi tape more to hold things on than I ever used them for anything else. Okay, like this. Put your washi tape over it, and then you're going to go cut this out. Okay, I've already cut mine out, but that's exactly how you do it. If you know you're going to need to ink up your stamp more than once. So all I'm going to do is put this on here. I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to take these beautiful little dragonflies and birds, and I'm going to put, by the way, I'm sad to say, these are already sold out. They'll be coming back at the end of the month, but it's always possible that they could come back earlier. Yeah, it's possible. So, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to put anything inside. All I'm going to do is write a note. And then on the back, I'm just going to stamp the handcrafted from the heart, and I'm actually going to sign them before I give them away. Come on, is this easy? I mean, these 2 little birdies just make, you know, the little extra touch that makes it so beautiful. So I'll show you. I did get a little carried away with this, but you know, I have so many pieces of DSP to use up. Now, some of these are multiples. Okay, so we've got this one. Isn't that just the prettiest little path? I think I have several of these. I think I like it better with green ink. I might go back and redo these. And then I've got a different one here. I love this big tree. I have several of those. Aren't these just perfect for notes? So these are I'm going to just use these for notes to send out to people after I redo that, make them green. Okay, so just beautiful prints. Okay, now I want to just remind you of the other things I've done. So the box, I have a specific video on how to fold this box that comes out of the craft note cards and envelopes. It's on page 135, I believe. So I have 6 cards in here, and all I did was just cut a piece of DSP exactly in half and then cut it down on the top and the bottom, and added Just a Note. That's also from the Go-To Readings. Come on, these are just so pretty. And again, I didn't put anything inside. I don't think you really need to. Okay, so here's a little gift with the box, or you can just store them in there if you can't bear to part with them. And then last week, by the way, each one of these I have made a video. I have 4 Meandering Meadows videos. So last week I was doing the panel cards, and it opens like this. Okay, it doesn't open like you think it might. So just so many different looks using the 2 panels, but go back and check out my video if you didn't get a chance to see it and would like to. And then the first video I did, I took an idea from Patty Bennett where she was cutting 1 inch. So she scored it at 4 1/4 like normal, but then off of 1 inch, she cut 1 inch. And then she just lets the scene flow. Isn't that brilliant? I thought it was brilliant. This one is just the card front, but then inside, oops, I put the little wheelbarrow. Love it. And then these punches are retired, but some people have them. And the Thinking of You from the Garden Meadow bundle fits beautifully. Oh, this one snuck in there. That was the same idea. This is the Valentine special that's coming up. Here we go again. And I added the little fence that's in the Garden Meadow bundle. And then remember this one, I just went crumb cake, lemon lolly, and DSP and repeated that in the greeting. Just simple and fun. Oh, that one snuck in there. And then, let me just show you this Garden Meadow bundle. Hey, come on. The Garden Meadow bundle has this arch in it, and that's where this comes from. So, and then just putting DSP behind it. It's so pretty. This one, I explained this one in the video, what the sizes are. Again, just pretty simple. I'm stamping right on the DSP. Pretty simple. And then there's the purple. Like I said, you have to like purple to like this card. Okay, so that was that style. And then I only made 1 of this because I had done a whole video on this Countryside Inn borders, Countryside Inn dies. But I did put in, this is the back side of one of the pieces, of one of the scenes. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. So that, and then all the ones that I made for this video today. Then I want to show you, okay, so what I was going to try to do, I was going to try to be brilliant and use some of these pretty little flowers to make a pinwheel card. Did you guys ever see how to make the pinwheel? Well, I tried it and it was really not pretty at all. But I already had blue. I wonder why I got blue. This is purple. But anyway, I had gotten out boho blue to see if it would match that. And it didn't. It looked horrible. So, but the boho blue was so pretty, I decided that I would just get, you know how each color family has a 6x6 package of DSP? Well, so do the in colors. So this is the in color DSP. And then after this, I went, wow, I think I'm going to go back to the All About Autumn and see if I can make some pinwheel cards with the All About Autumn. So I'll show you one, and then I'm going to do a video next week. So this is the Misty Mauve, Moody Mauve. Okay, this is the back side of this DSP that I would never use. So I just put gold behind the centerpiece, added some glitz. So I've made 4 different ones of these out of this glitzy papers, but 4 different colors of papers. So anyway, next week I'm going to show you again how to make the pinwheel using the All About Autumn. All right, so thank you for joining me to make my 52nd card out of this one package of Meandering Meadows. It's been really fun, just exploring all the different ways to make cards with them. And I will look forward to seeing you next week when I make the pinwheel card with the All About Autumn DSP. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.